Yeah, they seem like they're like really chill, down to earth.
They are.
And, from their Songs About Jane album to now.
Love that album.
Yeah, one of my favorites. But from that album to now, their sounds evolved. But I think they've been one of those groups in like the last 10, 15 years that have been able to kind of experiment. And every album's been a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like you have that classic, like, I almost said Avril Lavigne. Adam Levine.
That's
Can you imagine if
totally
Avril Lavigne was in Maroon 5?
That would be kind of cool, actually.
I'm with the Skinner boy.
I like it.
That's a whole nother podcast.
It's a whole other Levine.
So Adam Levine and his falsetto, I instantly know when a Maroon 5 song comes on the radio
Yes.
because of Adam Levine's distinct voice.
Yes.
But musically, they've switched things up. They've worked with artists like, Kendrick Lamar, Future. They've worked with a
they've
lot of
evolved
today's
a lot
artists.
with today's sound.
Yeah.
I enjoy them a lot.
Katy Perry.
Oh, yeah.
Some girl power.
Yeah, and remember her song California Girls?
Yeah.
I mean, hello.
Teenage Dream, California
Teenage
Girls.
Dream, all
I
of
Kissed
it.
a Girl. That's totally California.
I met her way before she was, Katy Perry. She still kind of had that like blondish hair. No one really knew
She
who
like a
she
Christian
was.
artist or something
Yeah,
then?
and just very shy.
Yeah?
Not the girl we know today, but very nice. She was a very nice person.
Jack Johnson.
Oh, Jack Johnson.
Now, I know we're talking about solo artists here.
Yeah, but it still has that SoCal vibe, that sound.
I love Jack Johnson. Mm-hmm. You could just vibe out to him.
On the beach.
Yeah.
Jason Mraz.
Was he?
Another artist
Was
who...
he from
I don't know if he's from California, but he
got
definitely
that-
has
He's got
kind of that.
image. Yeah.
He lives in Escondido, California.
Does he?
So, yeah, that was
Okay.
very close to where we
That's
were.
where my
in.
wife's aunt lives.
So
Yeah, that's where he has a
you,
house.
you got to tell your story, Adri. So she has a Jason Mraz story.
Okay.
It's good.
I do.
Mr. MR
Yes, I won tickets to see opening day the Padres at Petco Park in downtown San Diego.
Okay.
And I got tickets. I brought my friend
Awesome
with
stadium,
me.
by the way.
It's amazing.
It's a fun stadium.
It's very fun. So I sit down, and there's supposed to be someone sitting next to us, and we were like, well, if no one shows up, we'll just kind of move over. It was a little bit better seating. And so eventually they get on the loudspeaker, and they say, okay, now it's time to rise for the national anthem. And so we see someone kind of going through our little walkway where we were, and my friend's like hitting me, and I'm like, what? And I turn around, and Jason Mraz is standing behind us with a mic, and he's singing the national anthem, and
What?
we're like, whoa, like we did not know he was going to be there. And after he was done performing, he was like, excuse me, and he like walks right past us, and he sat right next to us. So the whole game, Jason Mraz is just kicking it with me, and there's
She's
a
got the
picture
picture
of us.
too. She got the picture.
And he's got like the fedora on.
No, this is
no.
well before that. This is very
is
nerdy,
like-
Jason.
Yes.
All right.
And I was very nerdy Adri. So we look
Awesomeness.
very nerdy
Awesomeness.
together. I have to post this picture. It's awesome. You'll love it.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, you'll love it.
You know, he got the poison, you got the remedy.
Yeah.
It's a great picture. Like, yeah, I mean, living
It's
in
so
Southern
fun.
California, you're bound to bump into somebody that's made an album, been in a movie, chase someone in a Bronco.
There's
or-
always that one guy in the
Was
movie.
in a
Did you say
Bronco.
brothel?
Bronco.
Bronco.
Oh, okay, Bronco.
Yeah, Juice. The Juice is Loose. That's another podcast.
Wow.
Total different subject.
Whoa, yes.
Juice is loose.
Yes.
Get out of my head image of OJ in a brothel. Anyway,
Oh.
Queens
Jason,
of the
you were
Stone Age.
sick.
Are you familiar with them?
Oh my gosh, yes, I am.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that they're a Cali band.
Their sound is so fun.
And it's different.
It
Again,
is different.
we keep talking about groups that own their sound. They are who they are.
Yeah, and they stick with
when
it.
you hear them on the radio, or you play an album of theirs, you're like, oh, okay, like they're doing their thing. Like,
Yeah.
they're in their own lane. Not saying you can't experiment, you can't dabble into other things. Maroon 5 has done that.
They have.
But Queens of the Stone Age, you hear them on rock radio today or alt rock stations, you know what you're going to get.
Exactly.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Because we haven't talked about hip hop
And
in a
the
while.
hip-hop,
So
yep,
Kendrick
especially.
Lamar is one of those, like, he's probably one of the best wordsmiths in music right now, let alone hip hop or rap.
Yeah, and he's learned from the best,
And Thomas was talking about, how like Zach De La Roca from Rage,
Rage,
the way he writes his lyrics, it's always with something social in mind. It's always with some kind of cause.
Very conscious about what's happening.
Yeah, social injustices and things like that. Kendrick Lamar, very much the same way. He's like...
And he's collaborated
Before
with a
the
lot
people.
of artists.
Yeah.
I think he's a little underrated,
Yeah,
though,
he totally is. Absolutely.
He's like the Doobie Brothers taking it to the streets.
Nice.
There you
Hey!
go.
Again, circles back around.
I love it.
Hey, and I just want to not forget Sheryl Crow because, I mean, come on.
If it makes you happy.
If it makes you happy,
makes you
that's
happy.
California, like Santa Monica.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very beachy.
What was the,
She was
first
definitely
album,
California.
Tuesday Night Social Club or something like that? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I think
And
it was.
all I want to do.
Yeah, that has some
Come on.
jams on it.
That just hit. That just hit me.
Love.
That just hit me. I'm like, how can you not?
Yes.
How can you forget Sheryl Crow?
Right.
Sheryl Crow.
Soak up the sun. Yeah, she's
yeah.
very California.
And did you
yeah.
know that she was a backup singer for Michael Jackson?
What?
Yes. Yes. Look it up.
Sheryl Crow?
And she has like this little big do going on, and yeah,
Heck yeah.
She's looking at the man in the mirror.
she did.
She made a
She backed
change.
him up. Yeah.
You can't forget. Like, I think some people tend to overlook him because he's not a well-known artist. But Michael Jackson, he was from California.
Well, of course.
I mean,
Not originally. He was from what? Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana flavor.
But
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Don't forget his.
He built Neverland
I think he was the
Ranch,
king
and,
of pop.
He
I think they call him
produced
king
and
of the
recorded a
pop.
lot out there.
I mean, L.A. I mean, that was his playground.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Like, see, like by default, Michael Jackson is.
There's some
Los
controversy in what you just said there. LA
I
is his
know. I
playground.
know. When I said it, I didn't mean it that way.
Hey, you took it that way.
You can take it how you want.
Jason has a fantasy world in his mind. He wants you all to know this.
Man, there's lots of great content to post up on our social media
Woo!
channels. Again,
Lots of
at
pictures,
UTI
yes.
Music Pod on Twitter, at Under the Influence Music Pod on Facebook and Instagram. This has been a fun episode.
Yes.
We're creeping up on about 2 hours now.
Our 10th one.
Quickly,
Woohoo!
are there any other artists or groups we haven't mentioned yet from California, maybe even in today's music, that we're forgetting, that like as soon as we hit stop on this recording, we're going to be like, oh, duh, we should
There's
have.
probably 1,000 bands
Yeah.
you're leaving out.
I
There's
can't
so
even
many
think right
underground
now.
music.
But do you think we have a
Yeah.
pretty solid list of like
Yeah.
Yes.
If
from
you-
like all
yeah.
the way back to like you said, like the 50s, 60s, Beach Boys, Jan and Dean, all the way up to like, The Doors, Grateful Dead, Eagles, Journey, Van Halen, Metallica, GNR, Peppers,
Red Hot Chili Peppers, yep.
Sublime,
Mm-hmm.
No Doubts, STP, Jane's Addiction, Green
Maroon
Day.
5.
Soul Distortion.
Oh,
No Doubt.
I'll wrap up with one name, Chris Isaac.
Hey! Forgot about
A
Chris
little bit,
Isaac.
a lot underrated.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Croce, San Diego.
Shout out
had-
Jim Croce.
He has
there you
San
go.
Diego, California connections.
Totally.
He
Yeah.
had a bar called, was it Croce's?
Croce's, yeah.
And
That's San Diego,
his
all over.
wife ran it for a very long time.
Just up until recently.
I can
Yeah.
imagine like just people, yo, we're going down to Croce's later.
Iron
Yeah.
Butterfly. Come on. Inagata Vida. They were
Oh,
from
yeah.
San Diego.
Wow.
Boom.
Oh, yes.
These are the ones that will hit you late at night and you'll be in a cold sweat, Jason.
And we've mostly been talking about rock bands, hip hop artists. There are a few notable country music musicians from Cali. Glenn Campbell,
Glenn
the
Campbell.
Rhinestone
Yeah,
Cowboy.
yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah?
I mean,
you get any good Glenn Campbell stories?
I don't, but I do appreciate Glenn Campbell because he influenced so many artists.
Right.
I mean, so many. And coming
Probably
from
these
California.
next three I'm going to mention too.
Okay, mention them.
Dwight Yoakam.
Oh, we love
Bakersfield, Cali.
Yeah,
We
you can't
love
forget him.
I
Dwight
love that
Yoakam.
sound. I love
Yeah.
the Dwight Yoakam country.
Yeah. Merle Haggard Road.
Right.
In
yeah.
Bakersfield.
Merle
Yep.
Haggard.
Yes, yes.
From California as well. Gary Allen.
Oh, I love Gary Allen.
Gary Allen's another underrated
He's
country
very
music
underrated,
artist. Yeah,
yes.
he's one of my favorite. If you said who are your like top 5, male country artists out there, Gary Allen's on that list.
Very big in the 90s, and
Yeah.
I know he's still doing music, but yeah, very underrated. I appreciate
Smoke
him.
Rings in the Dark,
And Dwight Yoakam, I love him. He's just so fun. And I know you wanted to see him in concert. Remember a few
Oh,
months
that's
back?
right. Yeah.
You were
There
just
was
going to
a couple
go
months
for
ago,
it.
and we were going to go. And then COVID happened and ruined everything.
I know.
I got exposed to his music through Terminator 2. They play
Dwight Yoakam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's playing at the very beginning.
Cadillacs.
Okay. Oh, you're
Right,
right.
right when Arnold's
Yeah,
sizing
yeah,
up,
yeah.
Arnold's sizing up people to
Right.
see whose outfit he's gonna steal.
Oh, yes. You
Heck
got to
yeah.
see that scene.
You gotta watch T2.
Yeah.
Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember T2.
Yeah.
GNR was also on the soundtrack.
Yes, they
Yes,
were. They
you're
were.
right.
They were huge at that
Yes.
time. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, I think, just had come out.
Yeah.
Or am I?
They were definitely one of the biggest bands on the planet. One last country artist who is a little bit newer, John Party.
I love Sean Party.
Yeah, I can't leave him out.
Oh, I love him. He's a party guy.
Heartache on the Dance Floor.
I know.
Where in California is he from?
I think the southern end of it. I'm not really like probably the Bakersfield area.
Okay.
And his new one, Ain't Always the Cowboy. I got to throw that one out there. It's a really good song.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
good.
John Party, man, he's a party.
I know. He's a party animal.
I like it.
Pardi.
Very solid groups.
Nice.
And solo artists.
Thank
Thomas,
you.
thanks for.
Woo!
I think you added a lot to.
A lot of content.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
A lot of personal stories. Thank you. you.
And
honey.
the stories definitely were what I was looking forward to most with this episode because the two of you could bring them together.
Absolutely.
So there
So
it
much
is.
fun.
I wish they all could be California bands.
Whoa.
This is the Under the Influence Music Pod. I'm Jason Knight.
I'm Adri.
Thanks for listening, guys.
I wish they all could be California girls.
California, keep you rocking.